Down to the wire, the Sarasota County Sheriff and School Board say they now have a plan on how to best protect our students.
And more than just healthcare, the unusual addition for the new hospital in Venice.
Plus, how red tide could hurt beach business owners this busy holiday weekend. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us.
We'll have those stories in just a moment, but first a developing story out of Annapolis, Maryland, where multiple people were shot in a newsroom there, and at least 5 people have been confirmed killed.
We are still gathering information, but here's what we know so far. The shooting happened at the Capital Gazette, which is owned by the Baltimore Sun. Reporters who were inside that newsroom at the time of the shooting say there was a lone gunman and that the gunman shot through the glass door into the office and opened fire on multiple employees. When police arrived, the building was being evacuated and officers started to search it. One person was taken into custody. And as soon as we learned about that shooting, we made sure to alert our ABC 7 viewers. You can get push notifications as well about breaking news here on the Suncoast and around the country. All you have to do is download the ABC 7 News app. Here at home, after months of chaos, the Sarasota County Sheriff and School District are finally on the same page for a school security plan for the upcoming school year.
This decision comes just days before the current school security contract was set to expire. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick was at the meeting today where these decisions were made, and she joins us now live at the Landings to explain what the plan is. Jess?
Jacqueline, Scott, this plan includes a mixture of school resource deputies and officers from the police department that the district is creating. Now, while the contract isn't signed yet, both the sheriff and superintendent made verbal commitments to this plan today.
This is not going to be an uncomfortable conversation today. I think that's behind us.
Finally, Sheriff Tom Knight, Sarasota School Board, and Superintendent Todd Bowden come to the table, all putting their differences aside and coming up with a plan to protect their students come August 13th.
You're going to hit a couple stumbling blocks as you build out your police department. And we're here, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, Todd. We're not here to make you unsuccessful. We're here to help you try to be as successful as you can.
While the district builds its police force, the sheriff will put a total of 10 deputies in schools, 2 in each high school, including Riverview, 1 in every middle school, and 1 in Booker Elementary. The district will pay 80% of the cost, or $1.2 million. The sheriff also offering to put SRD2s in elementary schools, but only if the district made a 1-year commitment.
I won't hire people and terminate people.
Correct.
It's not fair to them.
Superintendent Bowden says the district won't take that deal.
We will be looking for solutions that allow us to buy some time, but we're not prepared to enter into contracts for 180 days of school.
He says they've already hired 15 officers for their department and are waiting for 4 others who they've made offers to respond.
We're going to start our first group of officers on July 16th. That'll give us 4 weeks of training as we lead to the start of school on August 13th. The cadre of law enforcement officers is pretty impressive. Averages 21 years of experience in law enforcement. We're not talking about young kids out of the academy. We're talking about seasoned law enforcement.
If the 4 pending officers are accepted, that leaves the district still looking for 5 officers before August. 21 officers to staff the schools and 3 floating officers that can fill in.
Trust me, we're not going to not have a deputy there until you get things sorted out.
According to the district, 3 sergeants have also been hired. They're going through their background checks right now. Now, the new police chief for the district department was also at this meeting today. However, he would not speak to the media as his background investigation is still pending. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you so much. The Manatee County School District now has a new leader. Late this afternoon, Cynthia Saunders was sworn in as interim superintendent. She will serve in that position until a permanent replacement for Diana Green is hired. Saunders has worked as deputy superintendent in Manatee County for the past 3 years. Well, not the news you want to hear just before a holiday weekend. Sarasota County health officials issuing a no swim advisory for Bird Key Park. They say water quality testing shows the amount of harmful bacteria in the water there not within acceptable limits. The park is still open, but you should not swim or do any other water activities there until that advisory is lifted.
A planned new hospital in Venice will have an extra feature that is necessary for everyone living in Florida, a hurricane shelter. Sarasota Memorial Healthcare is planning to build a multi-million-dollar hospital off of Laurel Road. Along with an emergency department, medical offices, and a parking garage, the campus will also include a hurricane shelter. Once construction is complete, the CEO says there will be 600 to 1,500 new jobs available.
No, we're just excited about being furthering our commitment to the area, and we think there's a lot of growth to be had and a lot of services that are needed in the area, and we're looking forward to being there.
Hospital officials say they are still working with the city on the permits and zoning requirements, but they hope to start construction in January.
Red tide is impacting some beaches along the Suncoast. It's causing respiratory issues for beachgoers and killing sea life. Typically, the sea life killed during these red tide blooms are bottom feeders or smaller fish, but this week a sea turtle and a manatee have washed ashore too. Local businesses in Englewood say they haven't seen a big decline in customers, but 2 vendors at Englewood Beach have been closed because of it. On Manasota Key, Coastal Wildlife Club volunteers say it's been very difficult for them to work.
This is the worst that I've seen. It's been really difficult for the past week. You're coughing now. Imagine how we've been coughing, working out here for 2 or 3 hours a day, monitoring sea turtle nests.
This map from Fish and Wildlife shows the affected areas of the worst of the red tide, shown in red there. The beaches affected also include places like Lido and Siesta, Nokomis Beach, Turtle Beach, and Venice Beach. Take a look what it could look like from above. An ABC 7 viewer, John DeGiovanni, took this video from a drone. This is from Manasota Key near Englewood.
My biggest question, and Bob, is the boat races this weekend. Is that red tide going to be affecting us?
Well, it doesn't appear that it's going to be too bad of a deal up in portions of North Sarasota County. It's still there. They're showing some moderate concentrations near Lido. There have been some fish kills in Siesta Key this past week, although I did talk to a person who visited Siesta Key and took some photos out there, and she said she didn't have any problems, didn't really notice anything, but there are parts of Siesta Key that do have that respiratory problem being reported right now. So that is kind of an issue. It's patchy. It's not widespread, covering the entire beach at this point. And it looks as though we will see the problem with rainfall, though. That could be an issue for the boat races over the weekend. And they have some boat races on Saturday. And then again, the big races are on Sunday. And it looks like we may have to be dodging a few showers, a few storms. Most of it should be after the race is over. But because of this trough of low pressure, it's beat up this high pressure ridge that's been pushed down to the south and west of us right now. As that backs away further away from us, that means the pressures will lower, give a little bit chance for a lift, and more showers and storms will be around like we're seeing today. Although most of the rain is slowly coming to an end now. It was rather thick there for a while. We're still watching this line. It's weakening. Good news for Anna Maria Island. However, you're still going to get some rainfall from it, but not nearly the intensity that I saw in Pinellas County. Light rain lingering still in Englewood, but notice there have been still some lightning strikes, some rogue lightning strikes there, with that shower moving toward Englewood, and also this still generating some lightning strikes, so folks should not be anywhere close to the beach on Anna Maria Island at this point. But with a weakening storm, it's going to improve as far as lightning goes, I think. Remember, you can't go outdoors. You shouldn't go outdoors until 30 minutes after the last rumble of thunder that you hear. So these are the times that we're expecting some of the rainfall. If it does hold on, I think it'll hold on a little bit. Shouldn't be all that intense. We'll have more in the forecast for the weekend coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Bob, thank you. Tonight, new details on a deadly accident involving a Manatee County Sheriff's deputy. According to the Sheriff's Office, Deputy Brian Hart was heading east on Cortez Road around 9 o'clock last night. The deputy was turning onto 18th Street West when a motorcycle hit his patrol car. The motorcyclist, 53-year-old David McIntosh, was killed. The deputy suffered minor injuries.
One of the busiest intersections in the area is now a little safer for pedestrians. The city of Sarasota installing what's called a Hawk crosswalk signal at the intersection of US 41 and 1st Street. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us now live from that area to explain what a Hawk signal is and how it works. Erica?
Scott, good evening. It looks like drivers traveling through this area are still getting used to the high-intensity activated crosswalk, also known as a Hawk signal. So pedestrians are to hit this button right here, and then on this bar above me, there's some lights. The yellow blinking light will indicate for drivers to slow down. There will be a red solid light for drivers to stop, and then the light will blink red once it's safe for drivers to proceed.
And it's just been amazing to see what has happened with the city and in particular the downtown area.
A lot has changed in downtown Sarasota since Mike Drury moved out of state. Now that he's back for a visit, he's found one thing that stayed the same: the heavy congestion along US 41.
There's quite a bit of traffic, and trying to decide when do you cross. You sort of take a big risk every time you jump out there.
You're going to have delays anytime you're in a busy downtown, anytime you're in a pedestrian zone, and that's just a fact of life in modern America.
Sarasota City Manager Tom Barwin is working with transportation officials to ease the traffic's effect on pedestrians. A hawk signal is now active at US 41 and 1st Street. It's the first of its kind in both Sarasota and Manatee counties. And the Florida Department of Transportation tells us it plans to install more throughout the city.
People on foot, all they have to do is press a button, and within seconds, the traffic will be stopped for them to safely cross.
But the new installation is not without its flaws. It took Drury nearly 2 minutes for the signal to indicate he could safely cross US 41's northbound lanes, and an additional minute to get all the way across.
That's about the only issue that really had with it, would be a little bit of delay.
There's rather a bit of a delay before the hawk signals come on, so we'd like to see that delay reduced.
The city of Sarasota expects thousands of people to use the crosswalk annually and hopes pedestrians like Drury feel more comfortable crossing the busy 6-lane road.
It's great to have some opportunity for a little bit safer passage across 41.
The city says it's writing FDOT today, suggesting the flashing yellow light remains constant, so drivers stay alert. And it's also asking for a quicker response time to stop traffic so pedestrians can cross the street more efficiently. Reporting live in downtown Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Erica, thank you. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, more than 100 new laws, from health care and opioids to property rights. What's changing in Florida starting on Sunday?
Plus, a high honor for some local high school students. What 2 teens accomplished this summer to get a national award.
Each day, researchers make discoveries that bring us closer to the moment when all cancer patients can become survivors. Their progress is made possible with the help of clinical trials. Clinical trials are the brightest torch researchers have to light their way towards better treatments. And if you've been diagnosed with cancer, they may be your brightest ray of hope. Speak with your doctor and visit standuptocancer.org/clinical trials to learn more. Together, we can stand up for all of us.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Patriotic Spectacular July 4th, 4:30 p.m. at First Church, Sarasota. Choral Artists of Sarasota's annual Independence Day celebration features traditional patriotic favorites, plus a choral salute to the 100th anniversary of Leonard Bernstein and a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. narrated by Nate Jacobs. Come for the concert and stay for the fireworks over Sarasota Bay. Tickets at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 941-387-4900.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Playing tag, going for a swim, and eating treats. Sounds like paradise, right? Well, it is if you're a bear. We'll take you on a tour of Paradise Ranch this week on Animal Outtakes.
More than 100 new laws will take effect in Florida this Sunday, July 1st. Here are a few that will affect some people here on the Sun Coast. One new law gives private property owners who have beachfront property the ability to decide whether they want the public to use it. The new law is the first of its kind in the country and goes against Florida's long-standing customary use policy, which states that the beaches belong to the public. Another new law gives first responders who are dealing with PTSD access to workers' compensation benefits. Previously, they only received those benefits for physical injuries. Plus, a big crackdown on opioids. A new law requires new training for doctors who prescribe opioid prescriptions, and patients with acute pain will now be limited to only a 3-day supply of drugs like OxyContin and fentanyl.
Another new law makes changes to who can get married here in Florida. Right now, minors who are 16 and 17 can get marriage licenses with parental consent. Judges can also issue licenses to people even younger than that if children or a pregnancy are involved. Under the new law, marriage will generally be illegal for everyone under 18. The changes are being made largely because of Sherry Johnson. She was forced to marry her adult rapist when she was 11 years old after giving birth to a child.
It lives with you throughout your life to a certain extent, and then you have to bring the best out of that situation, and that's what I'm doing.
Johnson now plans to take that measure nationwide. Now, those are just a few of the dozens of laws taking effect on Sunday. If you want to browse through the full list, just head over to our website at mysuncoast.com.
All right. Let's talk weather now. We've already had a round of showers move through most of the area. Right?
Yeah, and it's cooled things down. It's the benefit of these afternoon showers. Mother Nature's air conditioner, I call them. Unfortunately, they do bring lightning, but that lightning is, for the most part, over. So that's good news, too. So most of you can resume your outdoor activities if the rain has stopped in your area. We are looking at the Anna Maria webcam showing periods of showers that had moved through and brushed parts of Anna Maria Island. We have another area that we're watching, but it is weakening considerably as it pushes toward the Anna Maria Island as well as northwest Bradenton. Get a look at the radar picture, a little bit more active today than it has been. The shower activity is really intense to the north. This is a trough of low pressure, which is producing severe weather in parts of Alabama tonight, and there are severe weather watches in effect for parts of the Panhandle. As this trough sags southward, it's going to create some instability in the atmosphere like we're seeing today. A little bit more activity out here in the Gulf, as you can see, because there's more lift in the atmosphere allowing those storms to develop. Most of the energy has been used up with the previous storm, so I don't expect to see a lot of rain redeveloping here throughout the next couple of hours, but it could regenerate, say, after 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and we could see another round of storms developing here along the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, that heavy rainfall that had been around over Pinellas County is starting to weaken, and it's just about over in Inglewood and Venice. The rain has stopped there, and you'll notice no lightning strikes detected there. Still a few lightning strikes, though, with this cell. This one's starting to split up and head off into the Gulf of Mexico. There's one bolt from the blue, but this little light rain could brush and move into, as I said, northwest Bradenton. But you'll notice it was rather intense just about an hour ago, and then it's, for the most part, falling apart. So you'll get the debris clouds there. Not a lot of heavy rainfall anticipated. We had some heavy rain inland again today, over an inch near Northport, and lesser amounts near the coast with those brief showers that moved through. The evening planner calling for basically clouds in and out throughout the evening. Low temperatures will be warm again into the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees due to that west wind. 79 now, and we have some high clouds around at the airport. It's cooled things down, though. Just as I said a couple of hours ago, that heat index was at 100. Now it's down considerably. The high today was 91 degrees above average, average high at 89. Well, tomorrow, look for a few showers possible on the coast. They'll be scattered, more numerous in the afternoon and evening. Due to the daytime heating, the heat index will still be in the upper 90s. Due to the increased cloud cover, I don't think we'll see 100-degree readings there as far as the heat index goes. And Severe weather possible here. Also another area in Illinois and another one up north into Minnesota. A very active day today as a result of a storm system moving through that region. As far as the watches and warnings go, there are numerous watches and warnings. Severe thunderstorm watch in the yellow, as you see right there. As I mentioned, tornado watches over North Dakota and fire danger for much of central and western portions of Colorado tonight. For us, looks like increasing chances for rainfall over the upcoming 3 to 4 days. And you can see temperatures for highs tomorrow, upper 90s in Kansas City, 100 in Dallas, and Denver still in the heat at 95, although that's going to change a little bit as the trough moves out west. It'll be a bit cooler out west. Scattered storms, west winds at 10 knots for boaters. Seas will be running 2 feet or less with a light chop. Pretty much the same conditions expected over the weekend. This is a typical summer pattern, 7-day forecast for you. A good chance for scattered showers and storms, the best chance tomorrow. Scattered about Saturday and Sunday, 50-50 all the way through Tuesday, 4th of July. Mother Nature's fireworks will be at it too, so it'll be hit or miss. Temperatures still around 90 degrees. Back to you.
And we'll be right back with a story from Pineview School and some students are excelling.
Yeah.
Almost every home here has sustained damage. We're glad you're okay.
Oh, thank you.
You could hear the gunfire. Around the corner here are the children back on the job.
Back in the job.
How are you?
ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Florida Studio Theater presents Always Patsy Cline, extended due to popular demand. A tuneful tribute, the story of Patsy's rise to stardom is told by her biggest fan. Featuring such hit songs as Walkin' After Midnight, I Fall to Pieces, Crazy, and many more you know and love. Critics are calling Always Patsy Cline a genuine hit. Audiences are calling it outstanding. Always Patsy Cline is now playing. Tickets can be purchased at 941-366-9000 or floridastudiotheater.org.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
It's so simple. It's called I'm sorry you can't come in. You have to go in through a legal process.
Law and disorder. Families separated at the border, dividing an already divided country. Will the courts act? Will Congress act? I'm Alan Cohn. We'll tackle the topic of immigration at the trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Serving part-time as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment to get an edge in the civilian world. Learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you at NationalGuard.com.
Some Pineview students are moving to the head of the class after ranking high in a national competition.
Twins Gopi and Shavini Patel won second place in the senior exhibit at the finals for the National History Day contest. More than 500,000 students from all 50 states took part. The contest requires intensive research and analytical thinking skills on the part of the students.
It makes me feel very good because we didn't even expect a place. This is the first time doing this competition, and we thought that, okay, let's just do it for the fun of it. We're probably not going to place, and we didn't think we were going to place at state, ended up getting first at state. So going to nationals, we were like, okay, this is fun.
The projects are done on historical topics. The Pineview students focused on the conflict and compromise of the Nestle infant formula controversy back in the 1970s. The young girls say now they want to take their research and write a book. Wow. Impressive.
Ambitious there, too.
I have
Young
no doubt they're going
minds.
to do it, too.
Right.
That's a really good display.
Yeah, 500,000 contestants there. That's a pretty good showing.
Yeah.
We are looking at some showers winding down right now. Look at these temperatures soaring in the central United States. If you're planning a trip or going on vacation, we're talking hot weather across much of the U.S. So cool down here in Florida. It's much cooler.
Yes, that's right. Thanks, Bob. Thank you for joining us. World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you again at 7 and 11. Have a good night.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota for big savings on new Ram trucks. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. Get an all-new redesigned 2018 Ram 1500 for as little as $21,499. Or save big and get up to $13,000 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Suncoast Charities for Children and Powerboat P1 encourages you to share the beach with our marine wildlife during the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. You can share the beach with our amazing sea turtles by waiting until sunrise to set up. Stay clear of nesting areas for our beautiful birds, and please don't forget our beloved manatees. Never swim towards them, and always obey manatees' slow speed zones. Together, we can all enjoy the races and share the beach.
I'll be right back.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Dear parents, it's time for a pop quiz. What's the best kind of play for kids? Play that makes us think? Or helps us pretend? Or teaches us rules? Or to be creative? Actually, Every kind of play is important because different kinds of play give us different kinds of skills. Help us mix up the ways we play. Okay, class dismissed. Now go play.